Hey, y'all, welcome to Sunshine Haze. I am Aja A, for those of you guys that have never, seen one of my videos. As you see tarot cards on your screen, it means that it's time for a reading. This time around, it is not a new moon reading, though. I know y'all are probably looking for the Scorpio readings. Those will be going up after I finish uploading these videos, by the way. This is your autumn equinox reading. I'm a little late for some of y'all, but luckily for me, the fall season lasts for like 3 months, 4 months, 3.5, I don't know. So this reading is going to cover September, October, November, and December. So beginning of fall all the way up through the end of fall. This video is for who is this? This is for Aries. So Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. If you feel like what I'm saying in the video is not resonating with you, please go on and check out your moon and or rising sign. Do not waste your time or mine and leave comments about how this video is completely wrong. Watch your moon or rising sign. Okay. Okay, y'all. I'm a little winded. I don't know why, because I was literally just over here going off a second ago. So bring myself back. Before I get started, you guys know I always do my little shameless plugs. Because this is a fall autumn equinox tarot video, I would suggest looking at whatever new moon video and tarot forecast correspond with whatever time you're watching this. It's a timeless quote unquote video for the fall season. So if you're watching in November, you want to look at the Scorpio lunar cycle videos, and you want to look at the Gemini full moon video, etc. Okay. All right, you guys, what else do I want y'all to watch? You can also watch I actually plugged like 3 different sets of videos in that. Oh, also the Venus retrograde video. Venus retrograde will be ending in November, but it's the planet that's affecting us quite a bit, so I would suggest going and watching that to see what kind of energy we'll be working with, or we've been working with throughout this retrograde. Okay, all right, y'all, I'm gonna go on and shuffle these cards really quickly as we are doing the fall equinox spread. It's gonna be a quick 3-card spread, and we are literally just looking at the energy for you guys coming in for these few months. Also, because it is the fall season, what needs to be transformed or what's changing in your life during the season, and then as always a little soul or spirit message, however you want to take that. All right, let's finish shuffling. Let's pop in for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising, fall, September, October, November, December. Deck. And again. All right, my little fire babies, what's going down? First of all, let me just talk about how I am extremely surprised that no cards flew out. Typically, every time I shuffle I do this all the time, I'm too high up. Every time I shuffle for fire signs, it's like the deck is like, oh, don't forget we're fire. Here's all your cards on the floor. Here you go. So proud of you, little Aries people, of your calm, tame energy this time around. What's poppin'? Okay, y'all. What cards y'all have coming up in the beginning? The beginning. What do you have coming up in the beginning? What is popping off for you guys in the beginning of this spread, which is in the position of the energy? What type of energy will y'all be working with for the fall season? You've got the Emperor card coming up there. I broke my selenite wand. This one's a little bit shorter than the one that I have, and it feels hella tiny in my hand. This light, I wonder if there's any way that I can, sorry, y'all are just gonna have to deal with the glare, and when I start reading this card, I will pull it up to the top of the screen for you, okay? Because I don't really have anything that can combat that glare right now. That's what happens when you have fluorescence and you're at your school recording, and I don't know, I think it's actually just these cards. These cards are very glossy, because my other cards don't do this. Okay, sorry y'all, I'm going on a tangent and shit. Let's talk about what's popping in the fall for you. You got the Father card coming up in the position of the energy for you. this card talks about being firm and being strong and kind of having that energy. If you think of dads, or what the energy that we associate with dads, they're very practical minded, very grounded, very stable, and they always know what to do. And it almost seems like they never have any type of adverse situations going on in their lives. You just, they seem to know, they seem to have all their shit together. If you look at this card, this guy is he's sitting, what is that, in a tree? He's sitting in a tree with some sort of cat. And he's got something in his hand that, it's something that clearly that he's supposed to have. And he's kind of just chilling, kind of looking out like, okay, so I got this shit. This card coming up in the energy for you, Aries, is telling me that for a lot of you guys, and again, if this is not resonating with you, this video is not for you. Check out your moon and or rising sign, or go watch another reader's free reading, okay? This Father card coming up in this position is telling me that for a lot of you, Aries, if I'm remembering correctly, a couple of my previous readings, some of you guys are going through a little bit of chaos or have some shit going down in your lives. This Father card coming up in the position of, what energy is going to be happening for you in the fall is talking about coming into a space of stability. For those of you that have been dealing with a lot of chaos, this card is telling me that you're going to be able to, during this fall season, become more objective with the chaotic things that are going on around you, and instead of resonating within the storm or the craziness, you'll more so be able to pinpoint where the craziness is coming from, how you can kind of change the craziness, how you can become more stable, how you can become more firm, how you can ground yourself and root yourself. The Father card is in this deck, it resonates very heavily with Emperor energy. So this just talks about, having a plan and sticking to your plan and sticking to your gun. So for a lot of you Aries, especially those that are dealing with people and that was causing the chaos, this fall season is kind of like dads are no nonsense. So this fall season is kind of going to be like I don't have time for the bullshit. And if you're bringing me the bullshit, guess what? I'm finna fucking dad you, which means I'm gonna let you have it, and then you're gonna feel mad stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the energy for you guys for this lunar cycle, we're not talking about a lunar cycle, we are talking about a season. It is the fall season. Things are transforming. The fall season is literally the time to really get started on our changes and things that need to be shifted in our lives. Aries, it's looking like the fall season for you is going to bring you more into a little bit of an earth energy and pull you a little bit away from your fire, a little bit away from all the, the intense passion. I'm going to send my energy here, and I'm going to express my feelings like this, and I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to get a grip on all of the things, or at least start to see how you can get a grip on all of the things that have not necessarily been working out for you or working out the way that you wanted them to, okay? But with that being said, the Father it's not necessarily an easy energy. This is a paternal energy, so it can be a little judgmental. So this is just saying, like, as you guys are figuring these things out, you may find yourself thinking in your head, like, wow, why did I even get myself into that situation, or why did I even do some dumb shit like that? Try not to give in too much to that. Yes, definitely acknowledge it. But the main purpose is for you to become firm, become stable, and to know what it is that you want and how you're going to do it, and to not allow yourself to be swayed by other people's opinions or other people's actions, okay? Excuse me, sorry. Alrighty, y'all, what's next? The card coming up in the position of, what's transforming for you guys, what's changing, or what type of change is going to be coming in for y'all during this fall season, Aries, is the Seven of Water. And the Seven of Water is a card that talks about, it's a card of divine timing. It's a card of, this card is literally the card of everything happens for a reason. Aries, what's going to be transforming for you? This is also a water card, so I kind of get a little bit of a message of like a cleansing element. Like, it's going to be a little bit of a time for you to clear things out. This card talks about going with the flow and understanding that things happen as they're supposed to, and that the more that you try to control things, the more fucked off they get. So what is changing for you, Aries? You guys are cardinal. You guys tend to have the ideas. You tend to want to embark on the new journeys. You tend to set these shits up. And with that being said, because you guys are the first sign in the zodiac, you're really good with really, sticking to your plans, really taking those actions, right? This is a water card. It's a 7 of water, and it talks about going with the flow. So what is transforming for you in your life? This card talks about being firm and, you know, having all of your shit together. This card kind of is like, oh no, that contradicts it. This card talks about, no, like, give up the ghost, give up control. Like, you don't have to control everything, okay, Aries? I think in this particular spread, how this works out is when you tap into that energy, you will actually be able to tap into this energy. For a lot of you, what I feel right now is that a lot of you are trying to stick very firmly to some sort of plan, or you have some sort of goal set in mind, and you're like, no. I'm reaching that goal. I'm gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna do it like that, and that's all she wrote. Aries, I'm sorry, and this was coming up a lot in the what was the last? I think the Libra lunar cycle spreads. You know, shit is changing, and a lot of our goals, a lot of our plans are not going to play out the way that we wanted them to. The destination, the end goal is always the same, but the journey can change at the drop of a dime. So this card is telling me, Aries, instead of trying to plan out everything that's happening for you in your life, instead of trying to, you know, say, this is like this, and this is like this, and this is like this, be firm within yourself, become stable. And when you have your feet planted, instead of trying to, like, plan out your steps, just go with wherever life takes you. There are going to be opportunities popping up for you once you tap into this energy. As I say all the time, like, you know, certain things don't come in until you get into the energy that you're supposed to be in. There are going to be opportunities coming in for you, Aries, but you've got to change your thought process, and you've got to change your course of action. You know, you can't be mad impulsive, but you also can't be extremely strict, and that's coming in for you during this fall season. That's what's going to be changing for you. You are going to have to tap a little bit into the water element and just take life as it comes. Shit happens. For a lot of you, like I said, a lot of you have been going through things happen, and a lot of you may be trying to reel things back and are trying to control the outcome of certain situations, but life is going to play out as it should. The universe or God or whatever you believe in has all this shit. We have free will, but things are going to play out as they're supposed to. And they say the best way to make God laugh is to tell him your plans. And this is coming up in the transformative position of your spread. You can't really do too much planning right now, Aries. Right now it's just time for you to see what life has to offer. And I think it's going to be good things, you know? I don't see it. You got the you got the 9 of fire coming up in your spirit position. So this is really just telling me, you know, sorry, y'all. Why are y'all so loud? I don't understand. Sorry, y'all. My bad. It's fucking Monday. Like, I come up here on days when nobody's supposed to be here so that I could do this shit. Anyways, what was I saying? So for you guys, Aries, this fall season is all about change and transformation, as the fall season typically is. So as these changes and transformations come in for you, Aries, don't try to fight it, you know? Just see what type of things life is offering you. See where these opportunities, see where these changes lead you. And, you know, like my mom be telling me, and if you don't like it, you can always take your ass back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Aries, just see where life takes you. And if you're not rocking with it, that's perfectly fine too. You can always go back to square one or rework or rewire your plan, okay? Y'all are in like three rooms down from me, and I do not understand why I can hear them. Anyways. Sorry, y'all. I'm literally sitting here debating, like, if I want to go into that classroom and be like, y'all are fucking loud. Can you keep it down? Or if I just want to finish your reading. I'm just going to finish your reading. I'm going to finish your reading. I'm going to finish your reading. Let's not let these loud-ass people disrupt my zen. Although I'm highly irritated by it. Like, why are people like that? I don't understand. Okay, you guys, the last card that you have coming up in your spread is the 9 of Fire, and that card is coming up in the position of your soul or your spirit message. Just extra insight. I'm gonna actually hold this in my hand. Either way, the glare on this is just really trash. That's trash. Okay, there we go. So you've got the 9 of Fire coming up in your spread in the position of your soul message and your spirit message. This card popping up here, Aries, is telling me that, you know, you do have some change coming in. But this card is also talking about there may be cycles. This is a 9 card. There may be cycles in your life that are either ending or getting ready to end. And you guys are fire. You guys resonate with a very passionate energy. You're kind of like water in the sense that when you are emotionally invested in things, it's hard for you to let go. This card coming up in this spirit position, in this soul message position, this is actually a card in this deck that talks about once you've done all the work somewhere, or once you know a situation has run its course, wrap it up and move on. Charge it to the game. Take what you can from it and let it go. I talk about this, especially when it comes to like karmic partners or karmic situations. When you remain in situations or with people that you've already done the work with, or you've already picked up on the energies that you were supposed to pick up on, things do not get better. They tend to become even more chaotic and even more crazier as time goes on, because you're not supposed to be in them any further. This 9 of fire, I keep wanting to say earth because he has leaves on the bottom. But this 9 of fire card talks about, you know, Aries, things happen as they should, as I have been saying in your spread. And, you know, when something ends, let it go. This is a card that talks about giving it up to God, or giving it up to the universe, or letting, you know, just letting things happen as they're supposed to. This also talks about letting things go. As I was saying, like, you know, when you stay in these situations, when you continue doing things that you no longer need to do, they become blockages and they become, you know, destructive. So this talks about letting things go so that you don't create your own destruction in your life by way of not wanting to let go of shit. You know what I'm saying? And then this is a card that talks about, you know, coming into a very positive space. Whatever change is happening for you, Aries, it's happening because you are supposed to be coming into something different that is going to serve you on a higher level. And with that being said, as these changes are happening, this is a very important message for this card too, and I think this message is important for you, Aries. Fire signs, y'all have a tendency to seek out praise for the things that you do, and that's not necessarily a good thing. We all do, but it resonates a little bit more with fire people, especially Leo, but y'all are in that same little element. So this change, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much work you're doing, this is not a time for you to be telling people, oh, this is what I'm going through and I'm good, I got this, and I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Listen, right now the focus is not how people perceive you, is not what people think of you, what people think of the way that you're moving. Right now the focus is clearing out whatever needs to be cleared out so that you can move yourself into the position that you need to be in next, okay? Trust life. This card is also a card that talks about trusting your experiences and just letting life happen and unfold as it should. So again, you got the Father card coming up in here, and that comes with a little bit of an earth energy, and then you've got the 7 of water and the 9 of fire. And this is just saying, Aries, you're going to have a lot of changes and a lot of things switching up for you coming up during this season. So, you know, remain strong, remain firm, remain objective, but also just live life. Let life show you what it has to show you. Let life take you where it needs to take you. And like I said, if you don't like it, you can always go back to square one. You don't have to stay in the situation. People think that sometimes. They say, oh, if I change, if I take this leap, I just gotta stay there and do that. No, you don't. Maybe you can't go back to where you came from, but you don't necessarily, if you do something and you don't like it, you don't have to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying, Aries? You guys are fire. Y'all can do whatever. Y'all have that energy behind you to where anything you put your mind to, as long as you put the energy into it, it always typically turns out pretty well for you, as long as you're not like hella impulsive, you know? So fall season for y'all is really just letting life happen, living life, and understanding that the changes that are coming in for you are meant to, and they're meant to be cleansing, and they're meant to bring you into a space that you're supposed to be in, okay? All right, Aries, I hope that reading resonated with you a little bit. If you have any questions or comments or anything, go on and drop them down below. I check my channel pretty frequently. I will respond to you so long as it's positive. If it's negative, I will either respond to you in a way that will probably make you wish you never posted any stupid shit under my videos, or I'll delete it. It just depends. Mercury is getting ready to go into retrograde in a fire sign, so it's very likely that I might be coming at people's heads. But I try not to do that. try not to do that. Spread love, so don't be spreading negativity on my videos. When I say comment, questions, if you like the video, if you feel like this resonated with you, please go on and give me a little thumbs up down below. If you have any Aries friends that you feel like might need to watch this video, go on and share it with them. You guys share my videos all the time. I get a lot of growth on my channel, which I appreciate. Speaking of, I am coming up on my 1 year mark for this channel, and you know, I'm really hoping that y'all could spread the word, because I really want to hit 1K by the time I hit 1 year. And if I don't, that's cool too, but it would be dope if I could. Yeah, you guys share this video. Tell your friends to subscribe, especially if you know that I be spitting and kicking, dropping knowledge and kicking game. All right, Aries, when I say like, comment, subscribe, share, watch all the videos that I talked about at the beginning of this video. Depending on what lunar cycle we're in, watch the corresponding new moon video, new moon tarot forecast, and then also the full moon video, and then also check out the Venus retrograde video as well. I'm not going to plug the Mercury retrograde video because I have not recorded it or even done my notes for it yet, but that'll be coming up at the end of the fall season too, so you know, watch out for that as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you feel like you need a personal reading or a little bit more clarity, please feel free to book a reading with me through my Etsy shop. I will be having one more sale during this year at 1.5. I'm going to do a Black Friday sale, flash sale, and then I will do a holiday sale, and I'm not doing any more sales for the rest of the year. So be watching out on my social media, Aja_A or SunshinehazeCo, depending on where, for that information, so you guys can cop some Christmas gifts or cop some readings and see how, you know, you're going to wrap up this year. Thank you guys so much for all of your support thus far. I truly appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.